Being in alignment is all about embodying who you are being moment to moment. Like being in alignment is like, who am I when all my trauma is gone? When I drop all my trauma, who am I when all my past experiences that have defined who I am right now, when I drop them, when I let them go, when all the programming in my mind, all the nonsense and thoughts, who am I when I drop those things? And that is the alignment. When you have those moments of pure bliss, and you for sure have experienced this, we all have experienced this. Of course, when you become aware of it and you get more serious about your spiritual journey and your life as a conscious creator, you begin that expansion. You will seek for those moments and they will become more part of your natural daily life. Like you're not going to have to wait for that particular time, that particular moment. It's just going to be growing and expanding more into your 24/7 experiences, right? But everybody has experienced those things. For example, when you have an orgasm, there's a moment where you're just in pure bliss, you're in pure alignment, you have no thoughts, you have no negative emotions or things that are weighing you down. It's this like limbo floating space where you just feel fully supported by life. You can experience this when you eat something that is really good. It's just something when you put it in your mouth and it just explodes in your mind. It's just so good, and you love that food or that coffee or that tea or that fruit or whatever it is that you love. And it's just like for a moment, it's like every thought drops. It just becomes like a silent moment, and it might be seconds, right? Like, but I'm sure you have noticed these things. Maybe when you are in an intimate moment with somebody, not a sexual one, but a deep hug, a deep connection to somebody that you just love very much. This happens very often with me, with my kids, especially one of my daughters that we just bond into a deeper connection like that when we hug. And it's just like a moment where, as I said, it's like time gets suspended, right? You're just in full bliss. Those are the moments of deep alignment. That's when you're dropping all your past experiences, all your traumas, all your problems, all your programming, and you're just being, you're just existing, you're just experiencing the moment of that moment. For those of you that are new to my channel, I am Myriam, and I have been practicing and teaching yoga for over 21 years. That practice led me to two main spiritual awakenings that were brutal, they were painful, they were transformative, and they literally flipped my life over. One was in 2019, the other one was in 2021, and that shifted my path to the things that I was believing and doing, in the way that I see life, in the way that I see myself. And I became a life coach and a manifestation coach, and I'm here now teaching and coaching about conscious manifestation, Kundalini awakening, and spiritual alchemy. So, who are you? Those are things to sit down with yourself if you want to make this as a 24/7, right? So that you can truly experience. I feel like the majority of people, we're fighting this third dimensional self. We're fighting the body. I remember one of my daughters telling me, like she felt so trapped in this body, and fighting what it is. Like we feel tired, the economy, there's so many things that worry us, the mortgage, the health, like all this. But all that is part of the programming that we receive in the society for whatever reason, whether you believe in archons or whatever oppression, like any perspective that you give it. The point is that you come with something that clouds or disturbs the purity of your being. You are pure light, you're pure frequency. And our frequency, our vibration has slowed down so that we can experience the physicality, the physical body, right? And the fight to enjoy this physicality, we fight what we eat, we fight the sexuality, we fight exercise, like all those things. It seems to be a constant fight and struggle. But when we begin this path and we actually begin to practice and to observe our patterns and to drop the things that are not feeding the reality that we want to experience, we begin to bring into our existence more of these moments of bliss, of alignment. Your mind chatter begins to slow down. Your psychic abilities begin to develop. You know, we've been taught that psychic abilities are just reserved for certain people in certain places, where you were born magic, but you're not. But the thing is that, no, we all have them, but they're clouded. When our pineal gland, that is our third eye, when it is clouded, like literally physically, with it's like a calcium, like it's like a calcification of your third eye, of your pineal gland. Now the pineal gland is shaped in the form of a cone, like a pine cone. And this pine cone begins, like, you know how pine cones open? Well, our pineal gland should be open so that it can be an antenna, a receptor of this light source. And so it begins calcifying. It's like a slimy thing because of things that we eat, because of our patterns of life. Like we don't connect to nature, we don't do sun gazing, we avoid the sun physically in our body. And all this actually opens light codes within ourselves. And here in your third eye, your pineal gland, that calcification, it's like a slimy thing, so it doesn't let it open. So as I said, we're clouded, right? We're clouded with our thoughts, our perceptions of life, that it's so limiting, and that we believe that we cannot be or express ourselves, or we're in constant observation of the external. What are they saying? What are they doing? What do they think about me? What are they going to say? We give our power away by doing that. But when we bring ourselves back to ourselves, like we bring that awareness back to ourselves, and we start spending that energy in observing ourselves and into alchemizing ourselves, we are able to stay in that state of alignment. Now, the state of alignment does not mean that you are not going to have human emotions. The state of alignment means that you can be in that bliss at all times, regardless of your emotions, right? And this requires a constant awareness and a constant practice. I told you at the beginning of this video, you have experienced this maybe when you have an orgasm, maybe when you ate something that it was very delicious, maybe when you hug somebody with so much love. But I'm gonna tell you now, a time where I experienced a very, very divine connection to consciousness, to God. I felt that oneness and that openness, and it was not a pleasant feeling. My cat of 13 years had died, and I experienced a pain like I never have experienced it before. And I literally felt my physical body like crack open, like it felt like somebody opened it. And I was in such deep pain. I was outside and it was raining and cloudy. And I went outside to feel my sadness. I don't fight my emotions anymore. I'm not like, oh, it feels icky, I'm not going to feel it, I'm going to fight it. No, I'm not going to be sad. No, because that's part of the alignment. I'm the opposite. And you should be doing this too. Like, I'm going to feel it. I'm not going to ruminate in it. I'm not going to feed it for days and months and just be depressed and suicidal. I'm going to feel this feeling right now. My cat died and I'm in a lot of pain. So I went there alone so I could focus completely on that pain. And I started feeling it. Where do I feel it? What do I feel? And the funny thing, or curious or paradoxical thing, is that in that pain, guys, in that pain, I achieved a state of inner peace like I had never before. It was so much pain. I felt I was being ripped open, but that pain just brought me, and I'm like channeling it back again, because that stayed with me, that feeling. And it was an extreme sadness. And I didn't want my cat to die. I had to put him down after a big mass tumor that grew over months. So it was something that I had been dreading in the physical. And, you know, it was not easy for me to have to put him down and to see how his life ended in so much pain. He couldn't run, like all those things. But the pain that I experienced became total bliss. And it's like I merged with that rain. I merged with the cloudiness. It's like there was no separation. Like I could see the garden and the clouds, but it's like physically I didn't feel separated from it anymore. It just felt like I was merged, like it was my arm. It was part of me. So, you know, the more that you practice being inside of you, like within yourself, looking within, truly feeling present and experiencing life from yourself, not from what you think others are feeling or thinking. But when you bring that awareness back in, you begin to live in alignment every day. And when you begin to live in alignment every day, like every day more and more and more, you reach new depths to it, you experience pure bliss. And manifestations come. You don't even need to think about them. They just flow, like things that you would like in a daily life, because you're in that state of openness, of flow, of allowing. And that's how manifestations happen. And of course, you can still desire your manifestations, but they just begin to flow. You don't need to struggle. You don't need to affirm. You don't need to do all these things. They just flow. But it's a practice of a new life. What brings those moments back into you, and you practice speaking into this oneness with consciousness, where you just feel like you're merged with everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the other video. Bye.